The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds is one of my favorite art stories. And just like Vashti in the story, we are going to make our own beautiful masterpiece using only dots. And for this project, we're going to use 3 different art supplies, but we're going to start out with tempera cakes. So we're going to get our paintbrush, a cup of water, our tempera cakes, and we always, as we've learned, use the words wash, wipe, wiggle when we paint. So we need to wet our brush, we need to wash it, wipe it, and then wiggle it in a color. And remember, the more you wiggle it, the brighter the color is going to be. The less you wiggle it, the lighter it's going to be. And the first part of this project is we're going to make our own dots all around our paper. So your dots can be wide, your dots can be small or big. Now you see my brush is a little too dry. I'm going to get just a little more water, wiggle it a little more, and then that'll make it nice and smooth. Okay. Now when I'm done with one color and I want to switch colors, always remember, we repeat those steps. Wash, and we tap it on the bottom. We're not splashing it, we're not swirling it everywhere, we're tapping it on the bottom. Wipe, and then wiggle. And we're going to get a new color. And again, if your brush is too dry, just get a little more water. And we're going to go and repeat that. Somewhere on our paper, we're going to make another dot. Nice and big, if that's your choice, or small, if that's your choice. Okay, I'm happy with that blue. And again, when I'm ready to switch colors, I wash, tap it on the bottom, I wipe on the edge of the cup, and I wiggle it in a new color. So you're going to go and repeat those steps for as many colors as you'd like. Okay, now I'm happy with the first part of my project. I did all the different colored dots that I'd like with my tempera cakes. And if you notice, I even put some dots that went off the edge of my paper. They didn't fit on my paper, and that's allowed too. That has a special word in art called cropping. And cropping means that you're putting a picture on your paper, but it's cut off the edge as if it were to go off the page. So I cropped here and I cropped here, and maybe you'll crop in your paper. Now the next art supply we're going to use is going to be dot paint. And dot paint looks like this. It's in a little container, and when you take the top off of it, it's like a little sponge that's the shape of a circle. So we've already learned this, but just as a little reminder, before you use dot paint, you're going to keep the cap on, you're going to shake it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, that's it, no more than that. You're going to unscrew the top, and then wherever you want to put your dot, you're going to press it down to the paper. Now, if you do it too much, it's all going to spill out. And if you don't press it enough, it's not going to show up. So you want to find the perfect amount of pressure to put your dot paint. Now, you can put your dots on any white space, or you can even put it over another color, and that's called overlapping, where you put something on top of something else. So whenever you're done with the color you're using, remember you close the cap, twist it on so that it's nice and closed, and then you can take a new color. So now I have my next color. Just a reminder, cap is on, shake, shake, shake 3 times, take the cap off, and now just like I did with the pink or the purple, pinkish purple, I can now do the same thing for green. Okay? And I'm gonna go around and put my dots wherever I'd like. And again, if you wanna overlap, you can overlap. And you also can make designs. Maybe you want to turn one of these circles into a flower with lots of dots around the edges. Whatever you want to do, be creative and use all those different fun colors that you'd like. Now, one last thing with the dot paint is you might have noticed that every time I did a dot, I pressed it down and up slowly. I'm never banging the dot paint everywhere. It's gonna splatter, it's gonna be a mess. You wanna think about where you wanna put your dot and then put it gently on your paper. And last but not least, our third art supply we're going to use are oil pastels. So just a quick reminder, oil pastels are basically smooth, oily crayons. So they will smudge if you lean on them or brush your finger against them. So just be careful. But you're going to go and add extra dots with oil pastels. Now you have a couple options. Maybe you want to draw a dot on the white paper. Maybe you want to outline one of your dots. That could be a cool color combination there. And maybe you want to overlap, just like I taught you in the last part. Maybe you want to overlap an oil pastel dot with one of the other ones that you drew. So you're going to go around and decide what colors you want to use. Now, even though I did a lot of random dots and I put them scattered all over the place, I thought about where I wanted to put them. I didn't just scribble scrabble. I didn't do it super sloppy. I thought about it. Some places I wanted to overlap circles. Some places I didn't. Some places I wanted to outline a circle that was already there. So think about all those different combinations of dots you can make, and we'll see the amazing dot masterpieces you create.